match for Aberdeen, who travelled south with players and management taking calls to answer rumours that Jimmy Calderwood had left the club. Calderwood in his usual position in the technical area though, and it was his opposite number, Csaba Laszlo, who was hogging the headlines at full time. A home debut for goalkeeper Janos Balogh and last week's goal hero Bruno Aguiar in a forward role with Christian Nadi up front. Places too for Mikalunas and Palazuelos, with Driver and Kingston the players out, and a 4-4-1-1 for Hearts. Aberdeen had Jared Hodgkiss at right back and Sonia Luko came into midfield, Mackie and Miller up front, and Charlie Mogu was on the bench after suspension. The commentary from Ken McRobb.
There gets the better of Nadi. Considine. Mackie might come in here from the back. Chance for Darren Mackie! And Aberdeen take the lead! Mackie makes it 1-0 with 13 minutes on the clock. Well, Hearts will look around the defence and wonder how on earth Mackie managed to find himself with space to take the pass and make the finish. But he found that space and he made that finish. Wallace tries to come inside and succeeds. Wallace to Nadi, looks for the return and gets it. Chance for Wallace! Oh yes! 1 each! Brilliant finish by Lee Wallace. A great 1-2 with Christian Nadi. Well, Wallace made the move and finished the move. He came inside himself with the confidence to go forward. The pass to Nadi, he took the return and the finish was sublime. And Hearts are back on level terms. Aluka with a corner. Played in. It's the middle, knocked away by Stewart. Hodgkiss drives it in. Oh, it's off the bar. Well, that must have been just about angle of bar and post. And Hearts breathe a sigh of relief as Jared Hodgkiss came within inches of putting Aberdeen ahead. Cut it by Mayer. Luco Gallus for Aberdeen. Good pass. Miller with a chance of a shot. Oh, off the post and behind for a goal kick. Well, that's the first real effort and goal we've seen from Lee Miller this afternoon. Johnson's throw. Turned by Mo, turned inside by Aguiar. Jesnauskas. Aguiar puts it forward. Michael Stewart's there, he's past the keeper. It's a penalty! Jamie Langfield rushes to protest his innocence. He claims there was no contact. And the players are arguing about whether or not Michael Stewart went down. The penalty has been awarded. Well, the Aberdeen players have done enough to persuade the referee to go across and have a word with his assistant. The referee reverses his decision. Steve Conroy, having listened to what his assistant had to say, changed his mind. He awards Aberdeen the free kick, and yet no action's being taken against the Hearts player. Johnson's made the run, takes the pass as well, returns it to Jesnauskas. Good 1-2, put to cross off the post, it goes back out. Oh, and Jamie Mills put it over from 8 yards. Jesnauskas was the man to create the opening. The ball rebounding back off the post, and Jamie Mills strikes the ball high over the top of the bar.
Yeah, 1-1 it finished, and immediately after the match there was a confrontation involving the Hearts boss Csaba Laszlo. We thought he was still upset by that late penalty denial involving Michael Stewart, who's here with us in the studio, but you're telling me, Michael, he comes on the pitch after every game?
Well, yeah, he does, and I didn't see the initial sort of blow-up, but I'd spoke to a number of the players and they said that the manager had walked onto the pitch like he normally does at the end of the game, and the fourth official had come running on and grabbed him, thinking that he was maybe going to do something. And obviously, if you're in a fine state and somebody grabs you, it's going to aggravate you. And I think that's what led him to then get aggravated and you know, speak to the referee and the fourth official as well. But initially, I think he was fine. It was the fourth official grabbing him that infuriated him.
Well, passion's obviously running high at Tynecastle. We can hear now from the two managers after the game.
No, I don't ask and I don't talk with the referee, and maybe this is his secret. It's okay, we accept this and then finish. I think today was a very good game.
All credit to the linesman. You know, he's told Stephen how it was, and you know, it was a free kick for us. That's what we want. The linesman, I don't think Hearts will be too happy about it, obviously, but you know, it was a very important point for us.
We'll talk more about the penalty incident in due course, but Michael, did you feel it was a game you should have won?
Yeah, I think that even, you know, very similar to last week, I think that, you know, we've managed to, you know, find ourselves in a position of a goal down early on through really our own making, you know, poor mistakes defensively as a team, and having an uphill battle to fight after that and getting ourselves back in the game, and for the whole, you know, the majority of the game feeling as if we deserved more than a point out of the game, and you know, we come away from that with only 1 point, and it really does feel like last week that it's 2 points dropped.
Jim, what did you make of Darren Mackey's goal for Aberdeen?
Yeah, I mean, Darren Mackey's one of these guys. I think he's running about 50 goals now, but he seems to go in little patches. I mean, he takes advantage. Again, he's quick, he's playing on his shoulder. Poor defensive play, I think it's Zaliukas. But a little bit like Nacho Nova earlier on, he's got to gamble, and he's still got a bit of work to do, because Christoph Berra coming across, he's at an angle, but you see him, he's looking up, see where the goalkeeper is, and he just slots it past, and that is a very good goal.
You did come back to make it 1-1 at half-time, and an equally good goal from Lee Wallace, you would have to say.
Yeah, you know, Lee had a very good game yesterday, and a lot of great play going forward from Lee, and he's managed to play a good 1-2 on the edge of the box with Christian, and it's a, you know, assured finish in a tight angle.
Yeah, 1-1 it was at half-time, thanks to Lee Wallace's equaliser for Hearts. But the main controversy in this game was to come 5 or 6 minutes before the end, and it involves this man to my left. Let's have a look at the incident. Referee Steve Conroy decides initially, Michael, that this is a penalty kick.
Yep. And then he doesn't.
Right, you felt at the time what?
Well, I think that, you know, and Jim will maybe back me up here, when you're playing a game of football, you're always trying to read the game and anticipate what's going to happen, and my initial thought was that when I was running onto the ball, I thought if I managed to get to the ball first and nick it, that there was going to be contact, and I was anticipating there was going to be contact, and obviously I got to the ball first, as you can see there, and I could feel that on the wet conditions as well, that if the goalkeeper's going to come for the ball, he's not going to be able to stop himself, and he's going to make some sort of contact with me. And I've anticipated that, and I went down. And if, as I've seen on the television there, it looks as if there may well have been minimal contact. There wasn't anything substantial. But I'm very surprised that the linesman on this side has been able to confirm to the referee, who's closer to it, that there was no contact.
That's a good point, Jim Duffy, because look how close the referee is. The linesman must be at least 10 yards further away on the other side.
Yeah, I'm surprised the referee actually asked the assistant, because, you know, he's given the penalty, he's in a good position, he's given the penalty, he thought it was a penalty. The assistant, for me, must have communicated to him, Jim, through his earpiece and said, listen, I think you've got that wrong. Steve Conroy's went over to him, he's obviously had to ask the assistant, are you 100% sure? But the referee shouldn't have given it unless he was 100% sure in the first place. In first view, I thought it was a penalty. As you see it later on, I don't think it's a penalty. I think that you know, the goalkeeper does get away. I think, you know, I'm not because he's sitting here, Michael, but if he thinks the goalkeeper's going to come, he might try to hurdle him if there's no contact made. Although if he doesn't, if eventually when the referee changes his mind, he could have given him a yellow card. Well,
did he even suggest that you might have got a yellow card?
No, he didn't. You know, obviously I was surprised as well that you know, given the fact that the linesman's effectively changed the decision from a penalty kick to a goal kick, indicating that there wasn't any contact. I was surprised that you know, the referee hadn't brandished me with a yellow card. But you know, it's disappointing to find ourselves in a situation of feeling as if you've got the penalty to have it taken away.
Briefly, Jim, gone are the days when the referee's decision was final.
Yeah, I mean, it happens once or twice now, but Jimmy Calder would be delighted. I'm not sure if he would have been as delighted if it happened to him.